Today we're talking about House by the Cemetery, a movie that... the hell? Why does it look so shitty in here? Hang on. Well, I cured that right up! What was I saying? I don't know, something, fuck, something, opening credits.
In this house, what you don't know will hurt you. It's becoming a runaway nightmare. One by one, they are disappearing. One by bloody one. Before you get locked in,
There's someone in here,
read
Mommy!
the fine print.
Mommy, hurry!
You may have just
Get me!
mortgaged your life. No one under 18 will be admitted. House by the cemetery.
Oh boy, how messed up is this movie gonna be? Well, didn't you hear the trailer? It was narrated by Brother Theodore. The last movie I saw him in was Gums, in which he played Nazi Quint. So obviously this movie is gonna be about a mermaid who lives in the basement and kills off intruders by giving them a blowjob to death. I'm just kidding. That's not what the movie's about. Although that would probably make more sense. No, House by the Cemetery is known as the third part in Lucio Fulci's Trilogy of Death. Because Fulci only made 3 movies in which people die. The other 2 being City of the Living Dead and The Beyond. So if the movie doesn't make any sense, it's clearly just because I haven't watched the other 2 movies yet. Yeah, sure, that's it. Honestly, I think they should be called the Trilogy of Doing Fucked Up Shit to Catherine McCall. Though I am impressed by the opening moments of the film, there is a house and there is a cemetery, so based on the title alone, the movie gets 4 stars. But I'm sure it'll have a lot of stuff in it that'll make me mad, or at least things that'll prompt me to reference other movies. I see they're killing a lot of time waiting for shadowy Michael Myers to stand by the house. Or for the squatters to put their damn clothes back on. This is the mistress of a Dr. Peterson, who is in the house doing research on houses. Houses by cemeteries, I'm sure.
Hey, come on, it's late. I gotta get home. I don't want to be put on restriction again.
Restriction? What are you, 28 years old? You should have thought of that before you entered Murder House. Damn, Kevin McAllister is getting hardcore about intruders. How haunted is this house? Look at that. The house is so fucked up that the knife somehow curved right in the middle of her head. Probably because she has concrete brains. No need to do a Friday the 13th movie next week. Jason Voorhees is already infiltrating all the other movies I watch. Already this house makes me very nervous. They're so sure of its creepiness that they're gonna play the spooky music over a shot of the house in daylight. Wait, this is an Italian horror movie. This is probably like 1 in the morning. Your music appears to be waking up the people inside. Mom, I think there's someone filming outside and oh my god, it's Lucio Fulci. I don't want to get my head blown off, Mom. Even the little kid notices the girl in the picture. Maybe someone should take this to the FBI. If anything, to point out the difference in position between the movie footage and the picture. Tisk, tisk. The kid's name is Bob, because at some point there had to be a kid named Bob in a movie, I guess.
What girl, Bob?
The one standing at the window in that house. I guess she had something to do.
Let's just say you never saw her in the first place, right?
Yes, I did. I saw her face. She was waving, I could read her mouth.
Oh, I don't think I like you. So much for ever showing the kid the witches again. It's taking a serious effect on him. The girl comes back. That way the only 2 people who can see her now are Bob and the cameraman. No time for that oddity, because right now we have a cameo that we all knew was coming.
The important thing is when this huge project gets published, it'll have just your name on it. Think what authorship can mean.
That's right, a cameo from Edward Mannix's voice. The story here is that Dr. Barry Gibb, Norman Boyle, was an ex-colleague of Dr. Peterson, who supposedly killed his mistress and then hanged himself afterwards. And I guess butchered the hell out of himself too? So Norman decides to pick up Peterson's house research where it left off, in the Freudstein house. But first, more annoying kid. Oh, to see the dub actor make an ass of himself while doing that ridiculous voice. Throughout the rest of the scene, you can still hear Bob being annoying.
Oh, for God's sake, New England's full of plans. Be careful, give it to me.
I don't trust Penny. What do you think? Everything here?
I think everything's here, but I really don't know how we're going to fit it all in.
Think positive.
By the way, have you been...
It's like they inserted right into the goddamn movie the annoying kid that some dipshit parents brought to the movie theater with them. Not that the parents seem any smarter.
What do you say to a widow whose husband had another woman, and who one fine day slaughtered that other woman, after which he hanged himself?
You just simply say Merry Christmas. Why'd you have to bring that up today? Now we go on to Italian horror movie Vacation. In this movie, when Clark Griswold can't get into Wally World, he plucks the security guard's eyes out. Hey, it's the girl from the picture! And she's looking at a creepy mannequin Grace Slick? I think we can all agree that that is how Mannequin 2 on the Move should have ended. On the plus side, Lindsay Lohan is not bad in this. She was an okay child actress. Unlike fucking Bob here.
Stay right where you are, Bob. We'll be back in a minute, okay?
Will you get me some candy?
Sure, then the sugar rush will make you crash for a day. I think they leave Bob alone in the car, praying that someone will come by and snatch him. Sometimes they randomly cut to other things so they don't have to show Bob's lips moving.
However, I thought I told you very clearly not to come.
I did my best, only Mommy wouldn't listen to me. Parents never listen. They always do what they want.
You shouldn't have come, Bob.
Yeah, you shouldn't have come, Bob. The movie would be a lot more tolerable without you. Oh, thank God the kid is gone. The nest has emptied sooner than we thought. Oh, there he is, playing with dolls. Put that shit down, boy. You're gonna play football and you're gonna like it. I like when the real estate agent can't even back out right.
Damn tombstones.
Even the Jeep can't follow the script. If Lucy looks worried, it's because she has to spend several months in a house with this.
And they're on the starting line. And they're revving up.
Ugh, turn the dial up a little more, Bob. You're not annoying enough yet. Bob's fate could be very dark, though, as I'm pretty sure they're cooking a baby for dinner. Someone's about to crack.
Bob.
What did I tell you about leaving your toys out? Do I really need to show you the ending to Beware Children at Play again? What they need is a babysitter. Wait, holy shit. It is the movie Mannequin! And they will nail it into your head until it's impossible for you not to figure out she looks like the mannequin. This makes no sense. How did that talking mannequin get her head back on? What's this say? Freudstein? It's the plagiarized version of Frankenstein, obviously. Now's the perfect opportunity. Smother him in his sleep, or at least set the toy car on fire. Doesn't matter if the house burns down, at least Bob will be gone. Or just walk in on the babysitter doing something creepy.
And
I see nothing wrong with this. Continue on with what you were doing. Look through my wallet if you want. I'll be fast asleep. Then again, no one seems to notice when someone acts creepy in this. Look at this questionable library assistant Norman is set up with.
you know where he hanged himself? There, from that railing.
Thanks, asshole. So much for me getting any work done today. There's been a lot of house so far, but not enough cemetery. That's why we're shown the Lady Freudstein grave, which for some reason has a picture of Iris from Beyond the Darkness on it. Lucy, meanwhile, makes an amazing discovery. My God, this is where they shot Evil Dead 2! Wait a minute. Indiana Jones has been looking for this for years. Never mind sending in an exorcist. This house belongs in a museum. Okay, never mind. Send in an exorcist. The house is getting creepy again. Could be an earthquake, could be a ghost. Regardless, you should leave! Weird. Someone left out their box of fiddle faddles. Wait, what the fuck are fiddle faddles? Lucy is clearly upset, but all she needed was a bottle of berry Skittles. She seems to be taking this okay.
I mean, this house is so strange. Well, sure, I can deal with a graveyard next door, but to live with a tomb in your hallway?
Or the time the house came alive and started crying at you? Who the fuck gives a shit about the tomb? Great, because when your house comes to life, the first place you want to look is the creepy basement. If the house is a person, then the basement is an ass with the runs. You don't want to go down there. Oh wait, Bob's home. Get in the basement!
Today I saw my new girlfriend again.
Bob, you're making this up. No girl would possibly like you. I see no bad coming of this decision.
Oh, it was just...
Now, what did you learn? I learned that stabbing a robot bat will cause it to bleed out of everywhere. This goes on for fucking ever, as if this bat was Fulci's kid's favorite toy, and he wanted to punish them for bad grades by brutally murdering it on camera. Oh, now they want to move out? Between the talking house and the shaking, the basement bat is the most normal thing in there. Even this guy seems to have had enough.
That Freudstein house. That Freudstein house.
Dude, the house appears to be killing people, and you're treating it as if it spilled milk at the breakfast table. Oh, that Freudstein house. In case you didn't know that the little girl belonged to the original owners, the Freudsteins, well, here's this flashback.
Don't go inside. Not inside.
The girl has been warning us for decades to stay away from the house by the cemetery. And yet, here I am, watching it. What the hell is the real estate agent doing back at the house? Maybe she feels guilty for not telling them that Charles' fine voice is buried in the living room, or that Charles appears to be a murderer. Wait a minute. This isn't Charles at all. Is she full of wet rags and sponges? The hell is making that sound? I'm starting to think that this is less of a haunted house, and more like some asshole lives inside of it. Originally, this death scene was much longer, which incorporated eye pluckings and God knows what else, but Fulci decided to trim it when he wasn't satisfied with the effects. Regardless, Jesus Christ, I think this is enough as it is. You can see the after effects of the prolonged death scene, where it looks like he took a shit on her face and smothered her in seaweed. Next we get a cameo from one of Fulci's other films, The Black Cat. Uh-oh, mopping up blood? I think Creepy Ann, the babysitter, may be in on this. How is she gonna talk her way out of this one?
What are you doing?
I made coffee.
Oh my god! She is obviously evil! These are eyes that either say, I will murder you, or I was the second choice behind Olivia Wilde in The Lazarus Effect. But uh-oh, are they catching on?
That girl Ann's a real weirdo. I can't get a word out of her.
And she was mopping up blood in your kitchen. Norman claims to be taking a trip to New York, which translates to he wants to get away from Bob. I would make use of the phrase, what about Bob? But I don't give a shit about the answer, or whatever game Bob is playing.
Because Mommy told her I was not to go out.
Don't go in the house, Bob.
Don't worry, I'll just fake it a minute or two and then sneak out again. See ya.
Why do you sound 20? Hello, a cassette tape? Dr. Peterson really was into some weird shit. Best see what this sounds like.
Maybe I'm insane. I've lost all critical perspective.
Whoa! How the fuck did you get a hold of my tapes? And somehow playing this tape is gonna cause Bruce Campbell to have a very bad night. Blech. They really didn't bury living room corpses very well back in the day. I'm sure Anne can clean this up and tell everyone she was making toast. When you film in the same house as a guinea pig movie, you gotta expect to find a mess like this somewhere. It was a pretty gross and creepy scene. I'm almost scared to know what happens next.
And they're on the starting grid, set for the big race, Yogi. On your marks, go!
Oh, piss off, Bob! At least she's doing a good job of keeping her Brooke Shields mask on.
Bob!
Who cares? Oh, seriously, stop going down there. Well, I guess they won't kill Anne. I mean, she's in on the whole thing. At least I think she is.
Open the door! Help! Somebody help me!
Okay, Yogi, we've got to go rescue Anne.
Good one, Bob. Your babysitter died because you had to talk to your toy monkey and take your plastic gun with you and take damn baby steps. Also, why is she being killed? I thought she knew what was happening. She was wiping up blood earlier and giving creepy glances around every corner, plus this weird mannequin shit. If she didn't know about the Freudstein house, why was she acting like this? Goddamn, no one is safe in this movie. And since this is a Fulci movie and not an American movie, the kid might die. Damn it, Fulci, kill the kid! Boo! Ah, Mom's back. I know when I go shopping, I look for the store with good God fear and honest values. Now we have Bob explaining to us what we just saw, only you can tell he's trying not to laugh.
And they cut off Anne's head!
What?
They did, Mommy. It fell down the stairs and was lying there. And I saw it. I did.
Bob?
I don't think you're taking Anne's death seriously, Bob. Do we need to decapitate your toy monkey? There you go, take the kid downstairs. That'll help. Even if Bob was lying, shouldn't you be asking yourself, where's the babysitter? What are you expecting to find down here? What the fuck was that? Oh yes, calmly go back upstairs. That is not the sound that you make when creepy eyes are staring at you from the basement. Norman, however, is looking for Dr. Freudstein's tomb, so maybe now we can hear the rest of the cemetery caretaker's story from Halloween. Poor Bob, he's had a rough day, you know, seeing Anne die and all.
Anne will come back. You'll see. She's probably just gone to visit her parents, that's all.
So that explains why she left Bob alone in the house. Well, that's okay then. God damn it, if any movie should have been called Don't Look in the Basement, this is the one. Is Bob an investigator now?
Anne, Mommy says you're not dead.
So clearly you should come back upstairs, Anne, even though I saw you die. Stupid kid, there's nothing scary in the basement. What is that? What is that? What is that? Now I know why this kid is so annoying. When you get distracted by his annoyance, something terrifying happens. Crap, the key doesn't work, so there's only one logical conclusion.
Bob!
Yes, Daddy?
Keep away from the door!
Yep, I will.
Damn, Fulci, when I asked you to kill the kid, I didn't think you were gonna try to kill the actor. And now we can finally get a good look at the real Dr. Freudstein. What? Even the monster is an annoying kid? Plus, the reveal isn't that great, since it's spoiled right on the damn DVD cover. And I have a question. If this is what the monster looks like, then whose eyes were these? Someone else is living in your basement. Either poor Bob has stumbled into Freudstein's murder room, or he's just discovered his parents are cannibals, a la Parents. Will someone please explain this shit to me?
He needs human victims to renew his cells. It's how he stays alive.
Oh, thank you. How the fuck do you know that? I mean, I appreciate you clarifying that for me, but how did you leap from can't find the grave to he needs to renew his cells? Plus, I don't think he needs human victims to stay alive. I think he needs human feces, or whatever gross shit they want to stuff him with. Oh no, now I'll never know how he knows so much shit. I mean, sure, he figured out that Freudstein murdered his family and conducted illegal experiments, but if he had already solved this case, why wait so long to save your family? Alright, that would entail saving Bob, too. Alright, I get it now. Hurry, hurry. Escaping out of the tomb will be much better than just knocking his slow ass over and running past him. Ugh, now here's the 551st thing that I'd rather be happening to Bob. So is Bob the only one left alive? Can't say I like that. Can't say I like that at all. Good, I'm glad he got away, said no one. And then Mrs. Freudstein returns to lead the children away while they keep Dr. Freudstein in the basement to kill off anyone else who comes in the house. You know what I like about this movie? It just makes sense. What? First off, if by Henry James you mean Lucio Fulci. Also, I can answer this quote for you right now. Children are indeed monsters, and monsters are bad child actors. But I can't say I've ever watched Sesame Street and thought, which ones are the monsters and which ones are the children? This movie is like Beetlejuice crossed with Burnt Offerings. It's certainly a very stylish film, with spooky sequences, spectacular gore, and catchy music, but I need to know why the monster was crying. Did he stub his toe? Does his diaper need changed? These are the kinds of answers that the movie doesn't provide, people. And while Lucio Fulci and Bob would later return in Manhattan Baby, oh good. I can't forgive this movie for not explaining what Freudstein will do once he runs out of graveyard space in a cemetery. After being labeled as one of the notorious video nasties, House by the Cemetery went through many cuts, some prints cutting as much as 7 minutes out of the film, and one early VHS print even has a few of the reels mixed up, which would probably make it make more sense. While the BBFC wasted a lot of time editing a movie that would later be released uncut, not once did they even attempt to remove any of the highly offensive Bob footage. And this has been another episode of The Cinema Snob Gets Mad at a Kid.
And there he was, researching suicide. Times we have to live in.
Taxi!